Good morning, you good and faithful fans. Let's see what we've been up to with the van here. So, it's all electric all the time on my channel right now. I have been working on making the physical components match my circuit diagram, and I'm finally getting a handle on this. And the way I got it to make sense to me, may not make sense to you, but I basically took a piece of melamine board here and drew out a colored diagram that physically locates all of my components. And so I also, well, like for example, here's the where the inverter is going to go, and then the battery to battery charger, and then all the other components. And the other thing that I did that's I think going to be really helpful is I actually physically drew the wires where they're going to connect to each other. And not only that, but the size of the wire. That's important because some of these wires are very thick. These 2-watt is what this is called. Connectors are the thickest that I'm going to be using, the largest diameter, because of the current load that they're going to have to carry. And then you can see there's other, 4 gauge, 6 gauge, 8 gauge. So different sizes depending on the load. But this is what 2-aught wire looks like right there. So it's like more than half an inch thick, just the copper. And so putting these wires in first to connect everything is how I'm going to approach this, because I think that's going to be the most difficult part is the really thick wires and getting them connected up to each other. So this diagram is going to help me with that. But what I'm actually going to do is install them on this board that is going to go into the van, which I'm basically fastening all the devices down and screwing them down on this board. And so I can pop this thing into the van and make the all the connections here to the van, and then test the system and see how it works. So lots of electronic thingamajigs. Look at this, my inverter. This thing's a beast. It weighs a lot, and this board weighs a lot too because of that. But I have big wires that are going here, so I'm going to start connecting. I'm actually, the first thing I'm going to do is put the all the lugs out that need to be connected, and just kind of mock those up. And then I will start fastening the 2-aught wire and then the rest of the wires together. And then ultimately, what I'm going to do is install this in the van. This board is it's gonna be bolted or screwed onto these 2 boards right here that I fasten to the wall. And then I've got this is where all the wires are going to be coming into the component cabinet. And I need to run these wires. That's kind of the next thing that I'm going to be doing too. So I've started doing that. Here's the cable from the Ford Power, the programmable battery guard. Here's some wires that are going to go to the heater that's going to be mounted underneath the passenger seat. So there's going to be lots of wires coming out of this little portal right here. And ultimately, all of the components are going to go into a cabinet that I'm going to build. It's going to be roughly the size of that box, except for the inverter, which is going to stick out a little bit. But so the batteries and everything else are going to go in a cabinet about this size. I want to keep it as small as I can, but still maintain access to all the components. Because I need storage over here. There's going to be drawers, a bank of drawers and shelves that go along the wall here. So I want to have as much storage inside the van as I can. But I also want the electronical components here in the van with access to them. So that's what I've been doing. Got lots of wires to run. I'm going to run, I think, all of it in this split flexible conduit, which will protect the wires as it goes through the metal. I think that's a good strategy, and it'll protect them from any chafing and cutting, and eventually it could short if you didn't protect it like that. So that's what I'm doing. I got to get going on this because meeting Alex in Las Vegas. We're going to go mountain biking and camping in Utah, and I need to make some progress on this. So I'm running out of time again. So anyway, it's good to talk to you people. Until next week. See you later. Bye.